This media is brought to you by Polyscope.
In the realm of tomorrow, where techniques mind, we ponder, we dream.
All right, let's do this.
The,
All right, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's great to finally meet you because this is how we meet each other nowadays over Zoom. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization and what you're passionate about?
thanks, Chris. Really happy to be on. So I'm David, founder and CEO of Groas. Prior to starting Groas, I worked in private equity at HIG Capital, based between London and Miami. And actually, whilst doing that slash before, also been an e-commerce entrepreneur. So
Hmm.
found a few different businesses there. Um,
All amazingly successful, right?
Not successful enough because I still have to be. I still needed a job at the time. But now,
That's what I like. You serial entrepreneurs is like serial entrepreneurs. Do you just love the job, or do you just haven't found the right exit?
that's true. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Yeah, no, but yeah, and basically since then I've been all in on grass.
So tell us about it. What is it? How does it work?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the way to describe it nowadays is probably it's AI agents for Google Ads campaigns.
Hmm.
When we first started building it, that's not what we were trying to do. It was just one feature at the time, which was how can we get basically the landing page of when someone clicks on an ad, how can we get that to better resonate with the original search intent? Like that was I guess the first thing we built into the product at the time. Since then, it's come a long way. Now, Grass is doing a lot more than just that.
Hmm.
I guess that was the first thing we ever built, which is someone searches um, let's say you're running a campaign for, let's say, an electric trimmer. People are coming in and buying that electric trimmer from a whole bunch of different angles.
Yeah.
Uh, Groas was there to basically solve that pain point. Yeah.
So what made you get like how did you get into this? Like you said you had some other businesses before this. Like what like how does what drove you to this particular idea, to this concept?
So yeah, I mean, it comes back to my ecom days.
Hmm.
In ecom, especially when you're starting out a new brand or new product from scratch, paid ads is normally the first way to scale things up quickly and get to probably, let's say, seven figures. After that, then organic becomes, I think, more important. But I'd spent a lot of my own money over the years on all the different ads platforms. I know Meta well, TikTok, whatever, but probably Google Ads is the one I'd had the most experience with and
Mm.
spent the most money with and had been the most successful with. So I knew it quite well. Um, Also, I'd had a computer science background as well, so I've been programming since I was a kid. And so I started to see that the problem of a landing page was a problem I faced myself.
Mm.
Uh, and there were tools out there, but nothing that did exactly what I wanted at the time, and nothing that worked seamlessly with Google Ads. And nothing, by the way, natively within Google Ads that supports that.
Mm.
So that's how I started going on this journey, started like building some basic prototypes, and then it ended up being able to bring some good people on.
So I mean I've been actually just messed around with Google Ads just before this call. I was thinking
Yeah,
about running some ads for a couple of my books, and I hadn't touched it in a while.
yeah,
And I go back into it now, and there's AI everywhere. It's like super complicated. I can't figure this damn thing out. I'm like, it used to be so simple. It's like, here's some text, here's an ad, you're done. And it's just this massively huge, ridiculous system now. And I mean, you must have seen it
yeah,
change over time too, right?
for sure. And out of all the platforms, people say Google is like I think the hardest to learn and get to grips with. There's just a lot
Mm,
more going on, right? I think if you're going to advertise, let's say on Meta, these days, Meta take care of most of the job, right? You just feed them the creative, which is an image, a video for a product or service that you want to do. Meta's then going to do the hard work and trying to do all the targeting for you, um, and all the optimizations. You could argue the same with TikTok. I mean, TikTok's I think algorithm is still not there yet. It's
mm,
hit or miss, at least from my experience. They've just been around for less time. But Google, they have all these different types of campaigns. You have search campaigns, PMAX, shopping. it's a lot more complicated.
Yeah, and I saw PMax and I thought to myself, what is this? It's just too much. I can't
Yeah,
handle it. I mean, I was from like from the old AdWords days. I'm like, this is so simple, but this is now ridiculously complicated. And how much creative you have to how much you have to create. It's like I'm going through this process, and I'm
yeah.
like, wow, okay, I could do this, and then you just let the AI. Isn't it? There should be just like a giant button that just says like, do it all for me. Click, and just have the AI create everything.
Look, well, I think Google might eventually get to that.
Hmm.
I think a big thing they're pushing, and this is something we're having to navigate internally at Grass, is keywordless targeting, right?
Hmm.
I think that's the big agenda, which is, um, in the past, everyone knew you would bid on a certain amount of keywords. Google would only show your ads for those keywords, right?
Right.
You ask any advertisers today if that's happening. That's not the case, right? You give them 10 keywords, they're showing your ads to a lot more people than just those 10 keywords
Oh,
that you
exactly.
um, so I think Google is definitely changing. I think the pace at which the LLMs and the AI models are improving means that we're likely going to get to that stage at some point. Um, so I mean, it's a really interesting time. It's a very interesting time.
But it's getting more and more difficult to actually understand what's going on, right? Because you've got layers of everything on top of everything. And right now it's super complicated and I understand you have to know what you're doing, but at least you know what you're doing, right?
Correct.
When you get to the point where you just press a button and say run my ad, then you have no idea what it's like a black box. And you have to just sort of have some faith that you're actually going to get a few clicks your way, right?
That's exactly right. And it's something that a lot of, I mean, at Groas, we have a very diverse customer set. We have all sorts of business models, all geographies. So I see a lot, and I've seen a lot just by seeing the accounts that come into Groas.
Mm,
And a lot of people aren't really happy about the fact that Google are trying to, I guess, take away uh, that control that
right.
advertisers used to have. And that's a trend that's just been happening, and I think will continue to happen.
Yeah.
That's actually another big reason why I started Grass was to put more control in the hands of advertisers.
Mm.
That's kind of what you get to do. But yeah, you're right. That's generally been the trend, and people aren't really happy about it. And I understand why.
So, so it used to be that it was really difficult. Like, you're a startup founder, right? So it used to be the thing that you had to, the hard thing to do as a startup founder was to actually build a product. And now the hard thing to do is to actually not
Yeah,
be invisible. So how do you deal with that? How do you get in front of that?
that's very true. I think I mean, firstly, it depends exactly. Like if you're doing like a startup, like a typical SaaS startup, um, I think that becomes almost harder. The way that people are getting their information nowadays is changing. At one point, the big thing was social. Now, a lot of people are getting their answers from LLMs, so you have to make
Mm,
sure you're visible there. That's not easy.
yeah.
Uh, that's also a black box. I mean, to an extent, we kind of know like if you want visibility on LLMs, then you want to be spoken about in places like Reddit, Quora. Those are good sources of traffic, but that's not easy to optimize for.
Mm,
How do you get people to speak positively about your startup, your brand in places like Reddit or these niche sorts of forms? Not easy.
right.
Uh, so, I mean, I don't know if I have a very good answer for that because there's so many things. But I think the LLMs as well are going to continue to find more places to find their answers. So, YouTube, I
Mm.
think, is going to be a big thing. Just getting your content out in as many different places and just see where it sticks, I think, is probably the best advice I can give.
So we kind of moved from search engine optimization non-paid to like pure pay, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like if you don't want to be invisible, you got to pay. And there's still this perception that you can get organic reach and or and it's like I talk to people and it's like, what are you talking about? If I just do this and I spend hours and hours and days on social media, talking about my product, eventually it'll catch fire and it'll be viral. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
All
Not
right.
anymore.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. I think you need a very differentiated strategy to figure that out. If you're going to go full organic, um, what I see a lot of people have some success with is getting basically getting clips of whatever it is you're doing and then having other people go and post them and set up like an
Mm,
affiliate network like that. A lot of people have blown up doing that because especially with platforms like TikTok, you just need one good video, right?
right.
TikTok cares a lot less about someone's followers in terms of how it's going to promote the video compared to Instagram. So if you have that one good video that kind of bangs, then yeah, maybe to an extent. And we have seen some successes like that. Um, but it's definitely tricky. I think I'm seeing it right now, even with Grass. Grass is still really new. We opened up our self-serve product about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Almost every single one of our signups, because we have a little "How did you hear about us?" Almost all of them are coming from LLMs.
Oh, seriously?
Seriously,
So LLMs are recommending you.
correct.
How the hell did you do that, man? That's magic.
I don't know. It's really nice,
Because
and
nobody listens to anything but LLMs now. So if LLMs are pushing you, then you guys have got it made. Totally got it made.
I mean, yeah, I really don't know. Also, I mean, we have also a couple of people saying they come from Google search, which is great. I mean, we're
Mm.
not, by the way, we are not even yet doing any paid ads for Grass, which is interesting. We will,
Wow. So you're
yeah,
getting this is total organic
totally.
reach. That's fantastic.
All of our customers, we have done zero paid marketing so far, zero. Yeah,
Well, take us through how you do get visible. Like, how are you visible now? I mean, you must have done something. I mean, do you have like a certain initial set of customers, or I mean, how long have you been out of beta? Where are you
sure.
at now?
So we started building it probably at the start of this year, back end of last year, start of this year, and then very slowly allowing like a first set of people, maybe in March or April. And
Mm.
all of that was manual onboarding, working primarily, like being careful who you work with, and ideally big spenders on Google Ads. Um, and at the time, but we had the worst website on planet Earth. Like it was seriously like it's some nonsense I put together in Webflow, um, and I was just putting it in a few
It's
directions.
retro. Don't call it the worst. It's retro.
Exactly, exactly. Um, so I think that's what was happening then, and I put it on a few directories, like SaaS AI directories, and so getting some traffic from there. But ultimately, really, it was customers referring other customers, and not
Mm.
even because we set some scheme for that up at the time. It was just people were just talking. So that was really nice and really great. Um, and now we actually do have what I think is a semi-decent website. We put some time into it, and now we have a self-serve product. And that
Mm.
self-serve product has been live for about 3 weeks now, or a month, and it's scaling a lot quicker than I thought.
Oh,
Uh,
nice, nice,
and all from organic, all from organic.
awesome. And so people are talking about it, and they're driving people to your site.
It seems that way. Reddit, I think, is one. LLMs like Reddit. It seems. I think
I
LLMs
know
like
Reddit.
Reddit.
Reddit is like a secret weapon.
Yes.
Like I think so because I mean Google started. Remember Google started ingesting it and presenting it, and now LLMs are starting ingesting it and presenting it. It's kind of like it's if you're rocking on Reddit, which is very difficult to get
Yeah,
to be rocking on Reddit, then you almost have the cred that people used to have when they were page ranked back then, right? It's
exactly
very
right.
similar now.
Yeah, and also the reason it's even harder is because, as you know, everyone on Reddit hates self promo. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
yeah, I can go and try and self promote. I'll be banned within seconds. I will be banned
Yeah,
within.
yeah. It's like
Uh,
the moment and whenever there's any AI junk on there too, it's like bam, 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 bam.
yeah,
It's
I
like
know.
it's like
Um,
it's the most difficult audience. It's
for
like if
sure.
you're a comedian, it's like the worst audience in the world.
Yeah, Reddit is really tough. Um, to be honest, I really don't know. I mean, I had as well a very big spender. I had a demo with him like literally the other day. I said, "How'd you hear about us?" And it was some very, very, very obscure, like black hat marketing type of forum that
Oh
existed. And
wow,
someone there
interesting.
had posted and said, "Hey, look, Groas, it could be useful for someone here." And I was like, and I looked and it was true. Someone had.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have good answers for that. I think we are going to start like proactively investing in doing more organic stuff. Maybe setting up a YouTube where we actually talk about Google Ads things. I think that would be useful
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. So who's your target audience? Like what kind of customers are you looking for?
It's easy to say anyone running Google Ads, but the thing it
That's the
varies.
easiest thing to say.
No, it varies a lot. It varies a lot. And I don't think. Look, when I first started Grass, given my background was ecom, I was like, look, this is ecom's going to be the first thing I go. I'm just going to go
Yeah,
for
they're gonna
ecom
love it.
customers. They're going to love it, whatever. And that's great. We do have some really nice ecom customers in there, but it's just like spiraled out into so many different things, so many different
Mm,
niches, like
mm.
things you won't believe, all over, like yeah, all sorts of things. So it spiraled out a lot.
But do
I
you
think
have any witches? That's the question.
man, man.
I was talking to somebody, some startup like a few months ago, and she goes, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we've got witches on here. We got like," I'm like, "Okay, as long as they're paying the bills, it doesn't matter."
No, I mean it's really varied, and especially now with self-serve and like I'm looking at I guess the accounts that we're now onboarding in the self-serve because before I had like full visibility, full control. Now it's kind of Armageddon. People are just signing up and using it. That's great. I love it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a whole range. So it's not just ecom as I
Mm.
originally thought. I thought for me like ecom again, that's my background. That's what I understood. And when I was doing all this manual onboarding back in March, April, speaking to a lot of ecom customers. But it's really just changed that a lot. And I think that's going to continue to happen as we increase the number of features that we have on there.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
the more stuff we build into it, the more it becomes useful for different people.
So what was the core value proposition you were trying to meet when you build it when you built it?
Yeah, I mean, basically being more profitable with Google Ads. And so
Mm.
that base idea of basically having your landing page dynamically adjust based on what a user's search intent was. I mean, the theory was, and it ended up holding true, was that should increase the conversion rates you get on that landing page, right? And that's actually the second thing as well we built into that I guess in V00.1 was the idea of we would also have a custom ad that would
Mm.
answer the exact search intent, and that custom ad would take you to the custom landing page. So it was that
Mm.
flow, increasing the click-through rate on the ad and then the conversion rate on the landing page. So that's the promise. That's kind of what we try and deliver on. Um, since then, it's changed quite a lot. The product it's become, I think, a lot more robust. We're doing more things there, but I still think it's ground zero in terms of what we can do.
So would I start with you or would I start with Google Ads? Like, so say I want to build something. Say I want to drag people into my SaaS product. Would I start with going to you first, or do I do Google Ads, or where do I go? Like, is this like a one-stop shop?
Question. Uh, I would say yes. I mean, look, there's basically two ways you can work with Grass. First way is you can either integrate an existing campaign that you have, maybe underperforming for one reason or other. You click supercharge, boom, we start running all the stuff, and then hopefully you should see better results. Or, which is what we did at the start for the longest time, is you create a separate campaign, so separate to the other campaigns you're running, um, and then you leave that running and you see the performance uptick of that Groas campaign compared to the others. And then
Mm.
what you end up doing is applying more budget to it because it should be outperforming the other campaigns you had. Um, so those are the two ways to work with it. But before anything, you first need to like set up a Google Ads account and directly go there. So
So
uh,
I have a Google Ads account, but
yeah,
I don't have any campaigns right now running.
you can start with
Do I
Grouse.
go to you? Do I go to you first and just
Yes,
set it all up there, and then it will do all the work for me?
correct,
Or oh, okay. So I just all I need to do is set it up, and
correct.
you provide the landing page, and you'll provide the ads
Oh,
as well. So the whole thing is built.
to an extent, to an extent. So I think one
Okay.
thing,
Where do
one
you
thing.
stop?
So one thing that we definitely did on purpose is we still have an element of human in the loop, and that's
Mm,
important.
mm.
Um, Especially given actually we're still an early product, right? Let's just be real. Not many people I think are doing what Grass is doing, but in the grand scheme of things, Grass is still really early. Which means having the human in the loop has helped us learn a lot about what we should have in this product.
Mm.
Um, I do see a future, not too distant future, maybe 3 months from now, maybe more, where Grass is doing really a lot more completely autonomously, right?
Mm.
Uh, and then we can start to talk about what it's going to mean for PPC agencies and that sort of thing. We're not at that level yet,
So
and that's my purpose.
did
Yeah.
you build your own LLM, or are you leveraging off something that's already out there?
Question. So for anything that's copy generation, we've trained our own custom models
Mm.
because. And I used to get this question a lot when I was doing the demos back in the day was, oh, so this is like an OpenAI API call, right? I said,
Well,
okay,
yeah,
good
people
luck.
need to know what it is because they have to compare it against something that's already out there, right?
The issue is writing good copy is really tough. Like, even
Mm.
just for humans, right? Like humans struggle to write good converting copy. Um, LLMs also today, I think, struggle. I think there's a few, in my humble opinion, I play with these things all day long, right? There's a few that I think definitely are above the rest. I think
Hmm.
Claude is quite good at writing copy, um, but I think a Chat GPT still struggles to write good
What,
copy.
even five? Have you played with
I
five
have,
yet?
I have. It's not like again, writing good copy is hard, and also the copy that Grass has to generate, it's for so many different sorts of niches, so many
Mm.
applications. We're doing landing page copy, ad copy. There's a lot going on. Um, so that was probably one of the hardest problems we had to solve at the beginning.
So tell me, give me some idea of the range of types of clients that you have. Like, okay, you don't have any witches. I get that, but who else is on there? And you don't have to name names, just like types of companies.
Okay. I mean, I think at the start I split them up into anyone doing ecom and lead
Mm.
generate. I think that's a pretty
Well, that's
clean.
like everybody. Who doesn't
Yeah,
need lead generation?
that's true. Um,
Even witches need lead generation.
That's true. That's true. I really do need to. I think now we have all this self-serve stuff. I need to go and like do a bit more of a, like an in-depth look. Um, but it just varies so much. Like again, we have a lot of e-com. Some people in the sun care. We have some big spenders there. Um, in lead generation, we have people selling dumpsters and porta potties.
Wow, really?
Yes, yes, renting those out. But that's actually a really good business, by the way. That's a very
Oh
good
yeah,
business.
bet. Because we all
Um,
have too much stuff and we need to get rid of it all.
Exactly. Um, it's just so honestly, it's so varied. I think most things that you would have heard of are on there. In most of the big industries are probably on there at this point.
Nice. And I'm assuming they've sort of played with your solution in comparison to what they've done themselves and found that this is better.
So we are fully self-funded. We've not raised a dime from anyone. That's in.
Wow. My
Yeah,
God, nobody can do that.
I
How the
know,
hell
I
did you
know.
do that? You must have had some seed. Did you whip out your credit cards and slap them all down, or how did you start?
Yeah, probably that. But we're now, but so I still own 100% of the
This is like
company.
the holy grail of startups, being able to be self-funded from day one. That's impossible. Like hardly anyone does that. This is the 0.0001% of startups. Good job.
Yeah, yeah, it's not been easy. But that's also very much by design. So I mean, even from even from when we had that really crappy landing pages, like that really crappy landing page, like for Grass, like 3, 4 months ago, I was still getting approached by a VC every other day, at least,
Wow.
by a LinkedIn, whatever. Um, that's a game I don't want to play.
Mm,
That's a game I don't play. I actually used to work in VC as well, before working in private equity. I know that I have a lot of friends with VC. Like I know that world very well, and I
mm.
know what it means to build a company in that world. Um, I much prefer having full autonomy and having full control.
Oh
So
yeah, that's the absolute best place to be. Until of course you decide to exit, but
yeah,
with your multi-billion dollar valuation, right?
yeah. I mean, yes, but it's also come with a lot more stress for sure. Because things have to work, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
and when people ask me, "Oh, like, will grass work for me?" If grass didn't work, I wouldn't have a business because people would just churn off.
Yeah.
Like, if grass wasn't working and people were churning off, I wouldn't be able to survive.
Yeah.
Uh, So yeah, it's not easy. It was a lot more stressful, I think, at the beginning. I think now we're in a much better place. It's good.
Excellent. Well, usually what I ask for startups is like about there was a moment where you realized this thing was going to work. Was that like day one, or was it further in? Like you landed a big client, or like when was that moment?
I still don't know if I found that moment. Uh,
It's not. It might not be here yet. I've talked to some people who are like, "Oh no, we're not quite there yet." But so you haven't had that moment yet, where you're like, "Yes, this is definitely going to fly, and it's going to be an amazingly huge success."
I don't know. I think I, my particular mindset is I'm quite, I think, aggressive. I'm quite risk taking, so I always want to be pushing.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm also a little bit paranoid, and I also feel like anything at any moment could just right. No, no, but seriously,
Exactly the right attitude to have, by the way. You rocking it.
no, no, but seriously, especially actually with what we're doing, right? Because we
Right.
actually rely on Google Ads. Like we're not platform independent. Google Ads could literally tomorrow, for no reason whatsoever, just shut me down. Luckily,
Oh
again,
yeah,
we've actually a good relationship with Google. I've got good people there. That's all good. Touch
that's
wood,
good.
whatever. But you never know.
Mm.
I don't. I definitely don't sleep thinking, "Oh yeah, what a success." No, yeah, I'm definitely always a bit on edge. We'll see. Maybe there's a certain number a month in terms of revenue where I'll be like, okay, fine, maybe this is maybe working, but
Yeah. Well, that's okay. That's the right attitude to have. You're in the perfect spot. So
yeah.
it's time to think like a futurist. It's the year 2035. It's 10 years from now. Where do you think you're going to be? Where do you think the world will be? Will AI like eliminate everything that you guys are doing, or where will we will be?
I think the world's going to be really different.
Super different, I'm sure.
Yeah,
But go on.
yeah. I think I don't be all pessimistic now. Uh,
I want your honest opinion.
I don't
See,
tell
when I'm
everyone.
I think about products like yours, it's kind of like, well, right now you're talking to humans. Humans are making the purchases. Humans are doing the searches, but then eventually, AI agents will be doing all the searches and they'll be
Right.
making all the purchases. I mean, how do you deal with that kind of reality?
Yeah, no, by the way, that's exactly what I would have said slash thought on that side of things is we're going to have AI to AI advertising slash I mean, whatever you want to call that. That's definitely going to occur. LLMs talking to LLMs. Like if I, for example, want to buy I don't know, the best bike. I'm gonna go and the LLM's gonna go find and it's gonna like other LLMs will interact with it and try and influence it. Like that's 100% gonna happen, no doubt.
Yeah,
But in terms of I think the future of work, I think it's not looking good. I think it's not looking good. I'll be honest.
not looking good for who? What for work?
Everyone,
For people who are working, like
everyone.
employees and people who are working.
Correct. Everyone. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
particularly, especially if you do things at a computer. I think
Mm.
that's my personal. Again, I'm not here trying to scare anyone and say like it's
No, you're
over.
like the second person. Like last guy I interviewed said the exact same thing. He's doing I forget he's doing something in AI, and he's like, "We're going to be eliminating so many jobs. It's not funny, and it's already happening, right? It's this is not a future thing. This is happening today, right?
Absolutely. For sure. I mean, software engineers are a really good example of this. Like
Mm.
the reason as well I've been able to self-fund and keep things lean, by the way, which is my personal, I like to keep things lean anyway, but is because you can now hire a software engineer can do so much more today than they could 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Uh, that's undeniable. They can write so much more code. Now, who knows if it's going to be bug free or not? That's another question. Uh,
Have you tried Replit?
exactly. Um, but yeah, I think it's going to change. If you do anything at a desk, I think it's going to be tricky. That's my opinion.
Do you have a plan for where you're going to migrate to, or are you planning on an exit before that?
I'm just trying to live life day by day and just let's just see what happens. I'm just trying to survive. I mean, having said, I think I think I'm in a decent space. I think what we're doing is cool. We're definitely, I think, pushing on that front. Um, but I think. Yeah, I think the rate of progress is quite scary.
Mm.
So maybe I feel like all happy for the next 2, 3 years, but who knows? In 10 years, like, genuinely, who knows what the world will look like?
Oh yeah, I mean, remember where we were in 2015? Like things are completely different in 2015, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I personally think the best advice that I would give to somebody, like how you can, I guess, try and navigate that. I think building some kind of a personal brand, I think, is
Mm.
valuable for sure. In that kind of a world, um, that's something that is hard to replicate with AI.
So is that everyone is an influencer, that
I
sort of
guess so.
thing,
I
where
guess
you
so.
have to become everyone has to become a treadmill running content creator influencer,
Mhm.
otherwise you're invisible.
Otherwise, it's over for you.
So there's gonna be like 8 billion of us, like all competing against each other for content.
That's right.
I don't know. It's like that's like a picture of hell in my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I do think that content is still going to be even then. Like AI is generating pretty decent content as of now. Like that's text, video is starting to come along.
Oh yeah, have
Uh,
you seen Grok Imagine? I mean, my
yep,
God, that's nuts. The kind of stuff that thing can do, and quick,
yep,
like really
yep.
fast.
I see some. Sometimes I'll just be like, again, scrolling nonsense. It's a bad habit. Sometimes I'll just be scrolling on my phone and
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
see
Yeah.
some reel and it looks like a human there and he starts saying nonsense. Oh, okay, that's AI. But like it got me. It got me for a second. um,
That's right. It's like we're not that far away from it being like, basically getting you for the entire period of time, right? Because they just have
correct.
to. a little bit extra. So
Yeah.
it's a scary time to be in, you know, and think of where you have to pivot to be like where do we have to go to be able to stay relevant in the world, right?
I genuinely don't know. Like, oh, just go live on a beach and just enjoy your life. I think.
As long as you can do it on the cheap, so he can afford it.
No, I mean it's funny. Like Sam Altman was even way before ChatGPT came out. I'm sure you know he released his thing on UBI. I think that's definitely quite possible
Yeah,
at some point, and
you
that's
just
just
have to
kind
figure out
of
some way of funding it. That's the downside. It's like where's the money going to come from, right?
that's true. That's true. Um, but yeah, I mean, my overall thoughts is it's quite scary for what's happening right now. And no, like everyone's like, oh yeah, but the internet, whatever, all that stuff, and CP just created new jobs. Nah, not this time. I think maybe jobs in a data center.
Well, see, I think the problem we have now is that we've got AI doing stuff that are doing, and we have humans doing stuff that AI should be doing. And if we just like
Mm,
flipped it and gave the human work to the humans and the AI work to the AIs, and then properly compensated the human work, right? Because right
yeah,
now, not all human jobs are properly compensated, right? Some of them are paid very low, right?
yeah,
'Cause things that only human beings can do.
true.
And I think we need to get to a point where so we're going to have to start paying people who can like people,
Yeah,
human jobs more as opposed to what we're doing right now. Because right now we're paying a lot of people to sit in front of a desk and do nothing
true,
or do very little.
true. That's true. But I think the market will eventually regulate that for sure.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen. It's just we're going to go through a lot of pain in the meantime until we get to that.
yeah. Software engineers again is a good example of that. There's a lot of people.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm glad that you're able to, you know, rock yours to get your stuff done. So that's cool. So this is very, very cool, interesting stuff. If someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way?
With me or like whatever.
You or the company, whatever. Well,
So the
obviously, if
web
they're talking to you, they're probably interested in the company. But you know, you're a cool guy too. So
appreciate that. Now so website is grass.ai.
wait a
Speak
minute. Did
with
you say grass?
so
No,
Groas. Yeah, I'll spell
G
it right.
G R
GOAS.ai.
GOAS, like
No,
Goas
no,
almost.
GROAS.
Groas.
ROAS. There you go. It's I get the question, like, why do you call it that name? It's quite simple. So ROAS is a big thing in marketing, return on ad spend, right?
Right.
And then G for Google, whatever, and also grow ROAS. So that
So
was
it's
kind of the
Groas.
inspiration.
Groas.
ROAS.
I like it. You said you have to. You don't say it too fast, otherwise people think it's grass, and it's like it's not grass. It's
um,
Groas, which is also not so good. I don't know. Maybe you need to think about changing. You need some. You need a marketing firm to come in and do some rebranding. I don't know.
I hire myself.
That last part is not so good. Grow,
You're
perfect.
right.
The
You're
last
right.
part, maybe not so much.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good one. Anyway,
Anything to help.
yeah. So yeah, anyways, it's grass.ai, and if you want to get in touch with me, it's dp@grass.ai.
Awesome. Well, thank you, sir. It's been fun.
Fun indeed. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Cheers.
Pixels and philosophies merge and mold, a future untold, unseen.